Hello, 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 my loves. What is going on? Happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of the weekly Astro Forecast live here in the Astro Room on YouTube. So, I am your host and your favorite astrologer, Mel of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. So, if this is our first time meeting, welcome. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. So, this channel is everything astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So, if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, or if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, my love. So this is the weekly Astro forecast for the week of March 18th through 24th, 2024. All right. So how are we feeling this week? I ask, number one, because I care. And number two, because next week it's on and popping. We are about to enter eclipse season, and you all know how real eclipse season can be. And if you want to know more about this upcoming eclipse that's going down next Monday, I just dropped a video today all about the eclipse. I'll link it down below so you can definitely check that out, because forewarned is definitely forearmed, right? The energy is already starting to feel a little intense. Starting to feel, I don't know, lately what I've been experiencing is just this heaviness of emotions, not just with me, but with the people around me. Like everyone just kind of feels weighed down by their emotions. So let me know in the chat how you are feeling so far. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comment section below. All right. So hopefully your week is starting out well. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So before we get into the details, of course, housekeeping and announcements. So if you are joining me here live tonight, thank you so much for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate you. Feel free to say hi on your way in and hit that like button, please. And thank you. And if you are joining me on the replay, I appreciate you just as much. Hopefully you get what you are looking for with this broadcast. And if that is the case, definitely hit that like button, the subscribe button, and that notification bell if you haven't already. All right. So first up, if you are someone who wants to read your horoscope, but you don't like what you're seeing on the internet, or you just don't really know where to look, then consider subscribing to my text service, where you will get your horoscope texted to you every Monday, like clockwork. All right. People seem to really enjoy it. It's short, sweet, and to the point. So if you're interested, you will want to text the word ZODIAC to the number 855-826-5544. That information will be in the description box below in case you missed it. All right. And as always, if you are someone who is new to astrology and you have absolutely no idea what's going on, or if you're not so new to astrology and you still have no idea what's going on, don't worry, I got you covered. So I created this thing called the Astrology Basics Cheat Sheet, which basically gives you the quick and dirty on everything you need to know to start studying and understanding astrology, namely the 4 pillars of astrology, which are the planets, the houses, the zodiac signs, and the aspects. So it's an 11-page PDF document that gives you a short summary on all of these things so that you can start committing them to memory. Because regardless of what anyone says or doesn't say, astrology is a science. And like any science, it requires a good deal of study. So to help you start studying, I created this cheat sheet. If you're interested, the link will be in the description box below. All you need to do is drop your email address and you are good to go. And finally, I'm super excited. I just started a channel membership, right? And it is all about becoming a roommate. As you know, we do the Astro Room here on YouTube for the general public. And if you would like to join the channel, then you can become a roommate. And all of the information for that will be in the description box below. And I'm so thankful for the people who have already signed up. Like, you guys really have made my day. And to hopefully make yours, all of the full moon lunar eclipse videos by sign are uploading as we speak. So later on tonight and tomorrow, check it out for your sign if you are a member. And if you aren't a member, then you should definitely consider joining. It's a great way to get more content. Plus, you help support the channel. So we all win with that one. All right. So not ready for this screen quite yet. Let's chat for a little bit. So let's talk about what's going on this week, because even though we're starting to feel the energy of the eclipse, we have a really important astrological event this week, and that is the sun is moving into the sign of Aries. So it is officially New Year's. Now, January 1st is the fiscal New Year. However, March 18th, 19th, or 20th, depending on when the sun moves in Aries, is the natural New Year. So we are starting a new zodiacal year this week. Now, I don't know about you, but typically you feel the shift when a season changes, right? Like when we go from Leo to Virgo, or when we go from Sagittarius to Capricorn. But there is nothing like going from Pisces to Aries. Like, it is a shift that is undeniable. It's like winter is over, spring is here. We just turned the clock forward here in the United States. So it's like we have more hours of daylight. We are approaching the spring equinox. It's like everything is coming full bloom. Everything is getting louder, more vivid. It's like life is lifing right now. And I love, love, love to see it. So we've got that going on. Plus, we have Mars changing signs this week. And this is also a transit that you're probably going to feel very viscerally, because Mars is not too comfortable in Pisces. And we sort of had this train, if you will, of planets entering Aries, after leaving Pisces. So First, we had Mercury going into Aries. Then we had Venus going into Aries. Now we've got Mars. Well, Mars is going into Pisces now. So, I'm sorry, we had Venus going into Pisces. Now we've got Mars going into Pisces. So this is going to be a transit that feels a little wonky, a little uncomfortable, but it's nothing we haven't handled before. And then on top of all of that, we've got some date with destiny this week. We're doing a little bit of healing. We're getting our lives together, all while feeling the energy of this upcoming eclipse. All right. So while there isn't too much going on this week, what is going on this week, we are definitely going to feel it. So let's get into it and talk about what we got going on this week. Actually, but first, I see a lot of people in the chat tonight. Let me shout out who is here. I see Reality Bites. Love that name. Thank you for joining. We have... I'm sorry, I can barely see. Maminka, okay, hello. We've got Ramel as always, and we have Linda. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. All right, let's get into the week. But of course, we got highlights. So first, we have what I like to call new beginnings, and this is the sun moving into Aries. So this is a new zodiacal year that's beginning. This is starting new projects, being willing to take risks and be action-oriented. So throughout Pisces season, we were resting, we were recalibrating, we were tending to our inner world, or at least we should have been, right? But now that it's Aries season, it is like we are being born. We are being born again. And it's time to start taking those baby steps. Or for some of us, it may be time to start running or even walking toward the completion of our goals. All right. So we're definitely coming out of hibernation this week and throughout the rest of March. All right. Then after that, we have what I like to call steam heat. And this is Mars in Pisces. So this is the mixture of fire and water. Okay. And that's why this Mars in Pisces transit may feel a little uncomfortable, because Mars, especially with the sun in Aries and Mars being the ruler of Aries, it's like we want to get up and go. We want to start new things. However, we may find that our emotions get in the way, or we tend to be very moody or maybe even wishy-washy when it comes to what we desire and how we go after what we desire. All right. So this is about tempering your motivation. Like I said, your motivation may be at a 10, right? Especially once that sun moves into Aries. But then with Mars moving into Pisces, it's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Or maybe this isn't the right thing for me. Again, a little wishy-washiness. We have understanding what drives you. What I do like about this transit is that rather than just going after a goal impulsively, we come to understand why we want to go after that goal and maybe where the origins of that desire come from. Very insightful transit. And then finally, we have spiritual pursuits. So while you may not be necessarily motivated to pursue, I want to say like secular goals, right? When it comes to spiritual goals, this is where you may feel more motivated. Also, charitable goals may be something that is highlighted for you during this transit. And then finally, we have what I like to call clarity and consciousness. And this is the Mercury and Sun transits this week. So we've got the Sun moving into Aries. And we also have the Sun sextile Pluto. Then we've also got Mercury conjunct the North Node. And Mercury is also going to be conjunct Chiron. So there is this element of understanding your purpose, planning for your purpose, like taking, I don't want to say taking action steps, but maybe it's like figuring out a plan of action when it comes to your purpose. With the Sun sextile Pluto, this is all about self-empowerment and really kind of like feeling yourself. So not only do you have this clarity of purpose, you have this confidence and this consciousness when it comes to where you want to go and who you want to be. All right. So interesting stuff nonetheless. All right. So let's talk about the week in detail. So nothing going on today, but tomorrow, Aries season officially begins with the Sun moving into Aries. Then we've got Mercury conjunct the North Node and the Moon moving into Leo. Thereafter on Wednesday, we've got Mercury conjunct Chiron. On Thursday, we've got the Sun sextile Pluto and Venus conjunct Saturn, which is going to be super, super important. And I will definitely go into that a bit later. Then on Friday, we've got Mars moving into Pisces and the Moon moving into Virgo. And then we close out the week on Sunday with Venus sextile Jupiter, which is an amazing transit, by the way, and the Moon moving into Libra. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so like I said, tomorrow begins Aries season. You'll see the Sun entering Aries at the bottom, sort of right-hand corner of the chart. You'll see the Sun at 0 degrees of Aries. Then we've got Mercury conjunct the North Node, also in Aries. Mercury is the purple guy, and the North Node is that horseshoe shaped, all right? Thereafter, we've got the Moon moving into Leo, and you'll see that at the very top of the chart with the Moon at 4 degrees of Leo. All right, so expect to feel kind of fired up tomorrow if you already aren't feeling this way, right? Because we've got the Sun moving into Aries, plus we also have the Moon moving into Leo. So those are two fire signs. So this may be a day where you feel very passionate, where you feel a bit childlike, right? Like where you're willing to take risks and start something new. It's giving like brand spanking new kind of energy. That's what it feels like. So first up, Sun in Aries. It's the start of the new year. We're enthusiastic, spontaneous. It's like, think of almost, well, I guess this analogy will make sense for some of you. It's like first day of school kind of energy. If you like school, that is. If you don't, then it's not first day of school energy. But it's like that excitement, right? You know how you feel before the first day of school and you're picking out your outfit and you're getting all your school supplies together and you're thinking about everything that you're going to do throughout this school year, the friends that you're going to make, the things that you're going to learn, the teachers you're going to interact with, the field trips, the recess, whatever it is, right? That's exactly how we feel right now. Or that's exactly the energy that we have right now, right? It's about being impulsive. It's about wanting to start new things and willing to take action on these new things. It's spring. Spring has sprung. It's time to come out of hibernation. It's time to enjoy nature again, especially if you live like in the northern part of the country or the world where it has been cold throughout the winter. Things start to thaw out. And it's like life begins again, and so can we. It's really dope energy if you take advantage of it. So think about it. What do you want to do this year? It's not, it's so hard to figure out the answer to that question in January. It's the dead of winter. You're probably stressed because maybe you spent too much on Christmas gifts. You're trying to think about how you're going to lose all this weight because you've been eating like a savage the last month, probably since Halloween, right? Like, it's such a hard time to make resolutions and think about the future. But now that you have the energy, that we have the daylight, that you have the opportunity to go into nature, it's a lot easier to think about what you want over this next year. So throughout this week, especially before we get to the eclipse, I want you to spend some time journaling, scripting, voice noting, talking to other people, whatever method works for you. Figure out what you want this year to look like. And don't hold back either. Like, this is not the time to limit yourself. This isn't the time to be like, well, I don't know if I can do it. No, I don't care how big that dream is. Put it down. Think about it. Marinate on it. Okay. That's your assignment for this week. And I'm going to check back with you next week to make sure you did it. Okay. All right. Then next up, we've got Mercury conjunct the North Node. All right. And this is that clarity of purpose I was talking about before. So the North Node is your destiny. It's your North Star. And when the planet Mercury meets up with the North Node, this is like understanding where you're headed, understanding what your purpose is, being, thinking about it in logical terms. All right. So let's use an example. All right. You realize that you are like your goal, your purpose, your plan is to be a therapist. Okay. You know that you have to go to school. You know that you have to get certain certifications. So maybe you're planning that. Maybe you are already a therapist and maybe now it's like, okay, maybe I should start my own practice, especially because Mercury and the North Node are in Aries. This is about starting something new. So you're either getting on the right track when it comes to your purpose. You're either at the very, starting line, or this may be taking your purpose in a new direction. And this is the energy that you definitely don't want to sleep on, because perhaps you've been feeling a little less than motivated. You know where you're supposed to go, but just getting up to go is difficult, right? Just like when, it's January and you're like, yeah, I want to lose weight. And you realize that you're going to have to wake up at the ass crack of dawn to go to the gym. It's dark and it's cold. And it's like, who wants to do this? Like, it sounds like a good idea, but it's very hard to be motivated. This particular transit is like, nope, it's lighting a fire under your ass. You're going to be very clear about what you need to do and the steps that you may need to take to get there, right? So use the energy to your advantage. And then finally, we have the moon in Leo. This is when we are playful. This is when we are childlike. This is when we focus on entertainment. It's like whatever our heart desires, that's what we really love to do when the moon is in Leo. So carve out some time to play. Carve out some time for entertainment. Carve out some time to spend with your children or maybe even children in general. The one thing I hate about being an adult is adulting, right? Like, it's just like you have so many days, so much time that's so serious. You're dealing with work or school. You've got bills. You've got family responsibilities, right? When you look at kids, they don't have a care in the world. They just do whatever they want, when they want. If they want to do it, they do it. If they don't want to do it, they don't, unless you force them, right? We need to tap into that energy every so often. And the beauty of it is that every month you can. Every month when the moon is in Leo, you can be like, you know what? Let me play. Like, perfect example. Last week, I wasn't live. I did a live premiere. So I pre-recorded the weekly astro forecast and set it to a premiere on Monday at our usual time. You know why? Because I went bowling with my cousins. Like we were like kids and we bowled and we had fun and we did all of that. And I was like, you know how energized that made me feel? We all have the ability to tap into our inner child. So while the moon is in Leo, and this is going to be from Tuesday until Friday, do something fun. Do something lighthearted. Do something that you really love to do. It will do wonders for your psyche. It will do wonders for your morale. It will do wonders for your mood. Okay? All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. So on Wednesday, we've got Mercury conjunct Chiron. So this week, not only is Mercury conjunct the North Node in Aries, it's also conjunct Chiron in Aries. All right. And you'll see all of that in that red circle at the left-hand portion of the chart. All right. So Chiron has to do with healing, wounds, and trauma. It's about recognizing where we have our Achilles heel. And in healing that, It's like we not only heal ourselves, but we heal others because we give other people the blueprint, right? It's like our testimony allows other people to start and help themselves heal themselves, right? So we have the clarity of purpose with Mercury conjunct the North Node. And now with Mercury conjunct Chiron, it's like we're very aware perhaps of our shortcomings, of our wounds. But because both of these, Chiron is not a planet, it's actually a comet, okay? But because Mercury and Chiron are both in Aries, it's like not only being aware of your wounds, but willing and motivated to take steps to heal them. So healing is definitely going to be a thing this week. And you definitely, this is another transit where you definitely don't want to sleep on the energy because it's like, it can be so hard to start new things if you're carrying old baggage. And everything about this period of time is about newness because, again, we're entering Aries season. So if you're carrying baggage from last year, from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago, right? It's almost like trying to run a race with a ball and chain on your ankle. It's hard. And especially if it's like your mind is so motivated to achieve something new. Think of it as like a parked car, like the car is literally in park and you are revving the engine. Lots going on, but it's going nowhere fast, right? That's kind of how our wounds and our traumas weigh us down and hold us back. And with this particular transit, it's like, listen, I understand that I have abandonment issues because maybe my father left when I was younger. Or maybe I'm codependent because I was betrayed by a lover how many years ago, right? It is so important to recognize what is holding you back emotionally and start the work to heal it. And this particular transit is going to allow you to do just that. So do that. Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right, my love. So on Thursday, we've got the Sun sextile Pluto and Venus conjunct Saturn. So you'll see the Sun at 1 degree of Aries and Pluto is at 1 degree of Aquarius. And you will see Saturn and Venus are both at 12 degrees of Pisces. So first up, Sun sextile Pluto. Like I mentioned before, this particular transit is all about self-empowerment. It's all about recognizing your influence, okay? Apart from that, it's also this need to succeed, this need to shine. Anytime you put Pluto in aspect to any other planet, it intensifies the energy of that other planet. So Pluto sextile the Sun, it intensifies that need to shine. So that need to succeed, that need for attention, that need maybe even for validation may be heightened with this particular transit. But it's in a good way. It's not necessarily in an egotistical kind of way. So this is like giving you a little extra push, kind of reminding you that you are unique and that that's a great thing. The world needs your uniqueness, okay? It increases your level of attractiveness, right? Both makes you a little sexy and a little mysterious. Like people just can't place you. They can't put their finger on what it is, but they like you. They're attracted to you, right? Especially, but here's the thing, that attraction comes from shining, and shining means being your authentic self. The scammers, the fakes, the frauds, that is not going to be attractive energy. You being you in all of your you-ness is what's going to attract people to you. It's going to increase your influence. So this particular transit is great if you are someone who is public facing, right? Like let's say you are like me and you have a YouTube channel, or maybe you have a business and you're the face of the business. This is the time when you are going to want to express yourself, talk about who you are, talk about what you do, disseminate information. People are really going to be drawn to your light, okay? It also increases your influence over people. And anytime you have a Pluto aspect to any sort of planet, it's like you have to be careful because the power, the influence can be strong. It can almost be intoxicating. So it's really up to you to be mindful and to not abuse this power, because it'll only come back and bite you in the ass. All right. But use it with integrity to your advantage right now. Let people see and hear the real you. Okay. Then next up, we've got Venus conjunct Saturn. And this is really important because this transit actually helps to fuel the upcoming eclipse in Libra, okay? I talk all about it. Sorry, my nose is always itchy when I do these broadcasts. Okay. I talk all about it in my video on the eclipse. And again, link is in the description box below. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. But it is about... this particular transit can be a little sobering. Now, Venus is exalted in Pisces, meaning that she is treated like a queen. So her energy is very potent. Venus in Pisces is romantic, beautiful, dreamy. Think of the Venus de Milo statue, or like Venus coming out of the clamshell, right? That painting. That's Venus in Pisces. And then you put Saturn on it and it's like throwing a wet blanket on your picnic. Like it's just... Saturn brings that realness. Saturn brings obstacles. Saturn brings challenges, right? So it's like we're in this phase of beauty, of idealism, of romance. And then Saturn's like, don't be too idyllic. Don't be too fantastical. Like, remember, you still live on Earth. Like, you have to be realistic about things. And that's sort of how it works. And we're going to feel this way when it comes to money. But most importantly, relationships. And because the upcoming eclipse is going down in Libra, which is ruled by Venus, our relationships are getting a dose of reality right now. We're understanding what they really mean. How does the fantasy relate to the reality, and how do we reconcile the two? That's what many of us may be thinking right now. I know I am. And it doesn't have to be just romantic relationships. It could be any relationship. Friends, family, children. It could also be our relationship to things like work, money, our health, our physical bodies. How does the fantasy relate to the reality? That is also your assignment. Actually, it's not your assignment because the universe is going to help you answer that question. Whatever is, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm going to go all into the eclipse next week, but whatever's eclipsed out of your life is going to help you reconcile the two. Whatever happens, whatever transpires is going to help you answer that question. So this is the week where you want to be very observant, right? And you want to think about, what is your ideal relationship? What is your ideal financial situation? While you may be head in the clouds, rose-colored glasses on, the blessing that Saturn brings to this is Saturn is like, all right, you want to be a millionaire. And I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying you probably can't go from broke today and millionaire tomorrow. Even if you bought a lottery ticket, it might take a little while for you to actually get that money, right? Saturn gives you a realistic take in order for you to actually make it happen. Saturn isn't being hard on you for no reason. Saturn is like, I want you to succeed, but you need to do it in a way that's realistic and that's long lasting. And that's exactly what we are working out at this point in time. So again, this is the week where you want to be observant. This is the week where you definitely want to see what's going on. Assess what's going on, because once the eclipse happens, things are definitely going to start to shift. All right. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so where are we? Friday. On Friday, we've got Mars moving into Pisces, which you will see at the right-hand portion of the chart. And we've got the moon moving into Virgo, which you will see at the left-hand portion of the chart. All right. So first up, Mars in Pisces. So I alluded to this before. This is like fire entering water. It tempers that fire, that motivation, and that passion. Everything about Aries is like having a desire, being laser focused on that desire, and being direct in the pursuit of that desire. That's that fire, right? You put Mars in a sign like Pisces, that is all water. It's like the ocean. That fire cools off, and you may feel less than motivated, or you realize that sometimes the best way to achieve your goal is not a straight line. It's not direct. There's more nuances to it. Pisces also gets you to slow down a bit. Slow down, relax, imagine, right? Pisces is that like stoner friend who's never in a rush to go anywhere. They just want to chill. Or you ask them something and they'll give you a whole diatribe on bicycle helmets, right? Like, you get what I mean. It's taking a less direct approach and understanding how your emotions play into your desires. Here's the thing. With Mars, it's like you have this desire and it's instinctual. It's that animalistic nature that we have that desires something and is like, oh, I'm just going to go out and get it. It's like the hunter, right? Hunting its prey. But Pisces is like, okay, well, why do you want this? Is it really your desire? Is someone else influence? It's asking a whole bunch of questions. It's getting you to really think about what you desire and figure out the motivation behind it. So have patience with yourself, because what this means in reality, right, is we got the sun in Aries. And that's your consciousness. That's your focus. So your focus is a revved up engine, right? You are ready to go. You're motivated. But then Mars in Pisces is like, all right, the car is moving, but it's moving at 5 miles per hour. Meanwhile, you thought you would go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. And now it's like you've got all these cars passing you. It's like you are taking the slowest route. You are going the slowest toward the completion of your goals. So have patience with yourself. Maybe, not maybe, I will say that many times when we are to slow down, it's because we don't necessarily need to focus on the destination. We need to focus on the journey. There may be things along the way that need your attention. There may be things that you need to see. There may be people that you need to talk to that you wouldn't even see or notice because you've got the blinders on and you're just thinking about the end goal or the destination, right? So take your time. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Chill out, relax, figure out why you want what you want. Feel whatever you are feeling. Here's the thing with Mars. Mars is not about feelings at all. Mars is like, what is the shortest distance from point A to point B? And that's it. I have this goal. Let's use my example from before. I want to be a therapist. Boom, I got to get certified. That's it. However, on those days when you're in class and that destination seems so far away, how does that make you feel? And how do those feelings shape your desire? These are some questions that Mars in Pisces is going to answer for you. And Mars will remain in Pisces from this week until the end of April. So get a little comfortable with not necessarily, it's like the tortoise and the hare. You are definitely the tortoise. So enjoy the journey. All right. And then we also have the moon moving into Virgo. So when the moon is in Virgo, we like to organize. We like to clean up. We like to make order out of chaos. Virgo loves a challenge. Virgo loves to compartmentalize things, make things look good, make sense of things, and analyze things. These are the things that give us emotional satisfaction when the moon is in Virgo. So with the moon being in Virgo from Friday to Sunday, clean up, organize, go through that stack of mail that you know you have sitting on your kitchen table. Trust me, I know. Clean your room, clean off your workspace, get organized, get efficient. You'll definitely enjoy it. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, my loves. And then we close out the week on Sunday with Venus sextile Jupiter and the moon moving into Libra. So you will see Venus at the right-hand portion of the chart in Pisces at 16 degrees. And you will see Jupiter, that is 16. And then you'll see Jupiter at the upper right-hand portion of the chart at 15 degrees of Taurus. And then you have the moon in Libra on the left side of the chart. You'll see that at 1 degree of Libra. All right. So Venus sextile Jupiter, overwhelmingly positive. And I love that it falls on a Sunday. It is like astrology's definition of Sunday fun day. This is the day when you want to socialize, when you want to have fun, when you want to just kick back, relax, and enjoy yourself. That's pretty much it. You'll find that people will be happier, less stress in relationships. People may be a little more generous, more optimistic. If you want to ask something of someone, I would say do it on Sunday because they will more likely be in a better mood. If you are meeting up with people, this is a great time to meet up with people perhaps you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe go out to brunch, maybe do something fun. All in all, it is a positive transit, all right? And so we've got Venus is in Pisces and Jupiter is in Taurus. So this is great for shopping. This is great for movies. This is great for entertainment. It's great for just napping, right? It's wonderful for a spa day or anything like that. But you get what I'm trying to say. Sunday, just enjoy yourself. And then to make it even better, we've got the moon moving into Libra, and Libra is all about relationships, specifically socializing. So when the moon is in Libra, we like to socialize. We like to meet up with people. We like to talk to people. We like to relate to people. So all in all, Sunday is a great day to kick back, relax, and hang out with people that you actually enjoy. And I don't know what better way to end the week, especially because next week might be hell on wheels. All right. So take Sunday to relax. All right, my loves. So that concludes the astrology portion of this broadcast. Now let's get into some messages from Spirit. All right. So I'm going to be pulling cards for messages from Spirit. Now, of course, I do this by sign. However, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, Venus, North Node, if it is your message, it is your message. And if it's not, it's not. All right. So let's start off with Aries. Let's see what we've got for Aries for this week. Aries, we've got the Judgment card. There, the first thing I heard was resurrection. Something is being resurrected. Oh yeah, it's you. It is your season. So if you are an Aries sun, happy early birthday. I hope that this season is everything that you possibly hope for. You are being resurrected. You are coming back alive after hibernation of Pisces season, after a year. And I'm hearing Spirit is like, I know you've had a year, Aries. You've had a year, but it is now a new year and it is a new you. So enjoy it to the fullest. Tap back into your inner child. There's something that you may want to do or something you may want to achieve that your inner child will just absolutely love. So consult with him or her at this time. That is definitely a part of this resurrection that's taking place. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got Taurus. Let's see what we've got for Taurus for this week. Okay, Taurus, I like this for you. We've got the 6 of Wands. Okay, now, recognition, popularity. This is definitely main character energy. You are getting noticed this week. I'm hearing put on a pedestal. Someone or some ones may be putting you on a pedestal this week. So enjoy the attention. Now, this reminds me of Sun sextile Pluto that I was talking about before, and how it increases your magnetism, your attractiveness, and your influence. You are quite influential this week, Taurus. So use that to your advantage. Let people know who you are, what you're doing, and what you can do for them. All right? Love that for you. Next up. Ooh, my nose is like, it's like someone has a feather and is tickling me right now. Next up, we've got Gemini. Let's see what we've got for Gemini for this week. Gemini, we've got the 8 of Wands. You are doing something quick, fast, and in a hurry. Some of you are traveling this week to a far off place, and if so, safe travels. Others of you may be planning a trip. Others of you are just in a rush. Like I just see you rushing about from here to there. Um Moving at the speed of light, like you guys are really revved up this week. Spirit is like, that's all well and good, but don't allow yourself to get distracted. If you are working on something that you need to work on, cool. But some of you may be doing the most to just be doing the most, to distract yourself from something you're supposed to be doing. So if that's the case, slow down a little bit. Handle what you need to handle right now. But otherwise, I get the sense that you really like this busybody energy. So yeah. All right. Next up, we've got Cancer. Let's see what we've got for Cancer for this week. All right, Cancer, you've got two. Got the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. This is definitely giving me two different people. I see a mother figure. This is giving like a mother and a son kind of energy. So there is a mother and a son that may be highlighted. You may be the mother or the son or whoever. But there's a certain conversation that needs to be had between this mother and son. I get the sense that it has to do with money, or it has to do with a home or stability or something like that. But this particular conversation is going to be very important. It's also giving like caretaker information, or this is when you give this person their vitamins or something like that. I'm also hearing like nursing home. I don't know if it's a conversation about selling the house and going to nursing, something like that. This seems like a very specific message, but long story short, there is a conversation that needs to be had between a mother or a mother figure and a son. Okay. Important conversation. Do not neglect it. Some of you are going to witness this conversation. It may not be, you're not one of these characters. You just may be witnessing this conversation. I'm hearing that what you may overhear in this conversation may be of importance to you. Maybe it will affect you, or maybe it's information that you could use later on. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Next up, we've got Leo. Let's see what we've got for Leo for this week. All right, Leo, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So fortune favors the bold, okay? This Aries season, it's like you've got to come out guns blazing. The Wheel of Fortune is like karma. It's like, what goes up must come down. In order for this wheel to turn, you've got to put in some effort right now. Things are not just going to fall into your lap. You really have to be determined to turn the wheels of fate. And it's not like our fate is in our hands, if I'm being honest, but there's this energy of you taking the first step, and then it's like spirit will meet you halfway. So whatever you're planning on doing, and I get the sense that it's something big, it's something sizable, right? It's something long-term even. Take the steps this week, no matter how difficult it is. Because like I said, you take that first step and then spirit will meet you halfway. Okay. Next up, we've got Virgo. Let's see what we've got for Virgo for this week. All right, Virgo, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So help is on the way, a helping hand. It is up to you to be receptive, though. I'm sorry. My nose is just like on fire right now. It's up to you to be receptive. Now, I'm a Virgo sun, so I understand this all too well. We love to do things on our own. We love to take control of our lives. A lot of times we think that people are not as bright as they may think they are. So we're just like, you know what? I'll just do it instead. And spirit is like, I need you to get out of that habit this week. I need you to come with your hands open. Be ready to receive. Receiving help is not a sign of weakness. You don't have to shoulder everything by yourself. There are people who are more than willing and are very happy to help you, actually. But you're kind of just hermiting, right? You're like, nah, I'll do it myself. You're tinkering away at things by yourself, thinking that, whatever, you can do it better than everyone else. Be open to assistance this week, whether it is money, right? For some of you, I'm hearing, don't be afraid to solicit your services. Like, whether you have a product, a store, a service, or what, like, tell people what you do. People want what you have, but you have to be vocal and you have to be receptive to receiving. All right. Hopefully that message finds who it needs to find. And I think the person who needs to find it is this one right here. Okay. Libra. Let's see what we've got for Libra for this week. Libra, we've got the Knight of Swords. Someone is coming in to tell you something important, okay? And they may come at you a little harsh, or their words may be a little abrasive. However, what they have to say is very important. So don't get stuck on the fact that, oh, they talked to me this way, oh, they were this, or maybe they were cold to me. You kind of have to move past that and realize, well, what were they really saying? Because I get the sense that you may be a little on the defensive. You kind of expect this person to maybe not kiss your ass, but talk to you a certain way. I don't get the sense that this person is outright disrespecting you, but I get the sense that this message isn't going to come wrapped up in a beautiful package with a bow. It may be hard. It may be a hard truth, but you need to hear it. And again, do not get stuck on the delivery. Get stuck on the message itself. All right. Linda said, you are so spot on for Virgo. We be trying to do the most by ourselves. Yeah. It's like, and sometimes it's not even the fact that we think other people can't do it. We're just so used to doing things by ourselves that we're just like, I'll just handle it. Even if someone else is perfectly capable, even if we can safely delegate whatever it is that we need to delegate, we still like to take it on ourselves. So yes, do not do that this week. Sorry, Libra, didn't mean to interrupt your message. But Spirit is like, yeah, Libra, like what I said was what I said. Like the message is important, not the delivery. All right. Next up, we've got Scorpio. Let's see what we've got for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, we've got the Chariot. I'm hearing moving on. Like some of you are like over a relationship. So especially as the eclipse is drawing near, some of you may be breaking up with someone, separating from someone, or you're just over someone's bullshit. Maybe you're not leaving them, but you're just like, listen, I need a break, or I just need you to shut the hell up, or whatever. Like, I feel like you're just moving on from something, someone, you're over it. Even if it's not a romantic relationship, like something has run its course and it's time for you to move forward. I'm hearing move on to greener pastures, move on to a better situation, move on to a place where you have peace of mind. That's going to be the most important thing. So wherever that needs to be, wherever you need to go, whoever this greener pasture is, that's where you are headed. And I feel like you're going to start taking steps toward that this week. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got for Sag for this week. All right, Sag, we've got the Page of Cups. This is giving new relationships, but like business-wise. It's like there's a lot of fish in the sea and you need to cast a wide net. Your advertising and marketing need to appeal to a larger demographic. You need to let more people know what it is that you're doing, right? That Sun sextile Pluto transit that's giving you attractiveness and influence. Use that for your business this week. Form new relationships, right? I feel like, in business, I'm not sure if you know about this, but you have the whole funnel system. You have to advertise to a large number of people before you can funnel that down to get to people who actually buy from you or book your service, right? It's like Spirit is having you focus at the top of the funnel. Stop just limiting yourself to the people you think will buy. Like, talk to everybody, right? Talk to everyone that may or may not be interested in your product or service. Like, cast a wider net. There's a lot of fish to be caught in this net or in this funnel. All right. So this is going to be your assignment for this coming week. Next up, we've got Capricorn. Let's see what we've got for Capricorn for this week. Capricorn, we've got the Tower. All right. This is directly related to the eclipse. Like, you're starting to feel the energy of the eclipse this week. Something is breaking down. Something is crumbling. I'm also hearing something has run its course, but it's more so a crumbling, decimation of perhaps something that was long standing, or perhaps something that was just on faulty foundation. So you have to just let it. Don't try to hold up the tower. Don't try to catch the pieces. Like, let the destruction happen and then assess the lay of the land. Okay. I don't get the sense that this is a surprise to you. I feel like you've been seeing this coming, or you've been anticipating this for a while. And I feel like it's finally going to start to happen this week. Okay. So just watch, observe, learn, and assess. And again, once the dust settles, that's when you are clear to take action. Next up, we've got Aquarius. Let's see what we've got for Aquarius for this week. Aquarius, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Money is looking really good this week. Someone is matching you. I don't know if it's matching your 401k contribution, matching your donation. There's a match here. A match of resources. Maybe you're meeting someone new who's sort of on the same financial wavelength that you are, or maybe they have a certain status in life that is akin to yours, but there is this matching energy. You may be associating with a group of people around a financial situation. So maybe you're in like an investment group or something, or maybe you, like I'm seeing also like paying dues or paying a membership of some sort, right? With a group of people. But whatever you're investing in, whatever you're paying for, will reap financial benefits in the future, perhaps for a long time. So it seems like you're on the right track, Aquarius. You've put your money in a great place, or you've put your effort into a great group or association. So you're doing the right thing. So keep on doing what you're doing. Remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you got to keep at it in order to reap the rewards. Okay. And finally, last but certainly not least, we've got Pisces. Let's see what we've got for Pisces for this week. Pisces, we've got the Hierophant. The first thing I heard was, where is your faith? In what are you putting your faith? I'm hearing things like false prophets, false idols, like, where are you putting your faith? Who are you believing in? The first thing that comes to your mind should be yourself. There is this level of personal faith or faith in yourself that I think is going to be highlighted this week. And I feel like leading up to the eclipse, that question of where is your faith, or who do you put your faith in, is going to become loud and clear to you, for better or for worse. So there's a spiritual element to this week for you. I feel like there's a bit of soul searching that needs to be had so that you can help answer that question for yourself. But by and large, if you don't trust yourself, it's going to be hard not only for other people to trust you, but for you to trust others. And that may lead to isolation. So it's really important that you kind of assess where your faith is at. And if it's not where you want it to be, start taking action steps to put it where you want it to be. All right, my loves. So that concludes this edition of the weekly Astro Forecast. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important piece of information that you can use going into this new week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an amazing week, and I will see you guys in my next video. All right, my loves. Take care.